Here's number 9 on the 5.2 worksheet. We're supposed to solve for p, and the first step, if you wrote down those 3 steps, is to find the same base. And there's 2 different ways you could go about solving this problem. If we want to get the base as 1/6, since we already have 1/6 here, I'm just going to rewrite the left side. So we have 1/6 to the p plus 1 power. And then on the right, I want to rewrite this 1 over 36 to have a base of 1/6. So I'm going to rewrite it as 1 over 6 squared because we know that's 1 over 36. And then I'm going to keep the exponent that I had before. Now there's one more step. This square underneath here, this 1 over 6 squared is not the same thing as 1 over 6. So because we want the 1/6 as our base, I'm going to rewrite the left side. We're going to have to pull out that square. So we have the 1/6 that we're looking for, and the power, the 2, comes outside the parentheses. And then I'm going to put parentheses around that to keep that together, and then we still have that 3p as an exponent. And now to simplify, to get rid of the parentheses, rewrite what's on the left side. And on the right, we have 1/6 raised to the 2 times 3p, which is 6p. Now step 1 is done. We have the same base. We have 1/6 as the base for both sides. And we can set the exponents equal to each other. So we have p plus 1 equals 6p. If we want to get all the exponents to one side and all the numbers to the other side, I'm going to take this p on the left side, and I'm going to subtract it in order to move it to the right. So subtract p from both sides. And we're left with 1 equals 5p. And the last thing we need to do is divide by 5 from both sides. So p equals 1/5. Now this is one way to solve this problem. There is another way. If we wanted to get a different base we want to start with, I'm going to go back to purple. Let's say our base that we want to start with is, we want to get it to be a 6. We want our base to be 6. So for this 1 over 6, how do we write that with the base of 6? Well, you learned that we have a to the negative n, that equals 1 over a to the n. So it's kind of going backwards. We're going to write 1 over 6 as 6 to the negative first power. And then I'm going to keep my p plus 1 on the outside. So our left side is done. We have that base of 6 that we were looking for. And on the right side, we're going to rewrite 1 over 36 as 6 to the negative second power, and then keep our 3p that we had on the outside. Now to get rid of the parentheses like we did in the left solution, we're going to distribute this negative 1 to the p plus 1. So we have 6 to the negative p minus 1, and on the right side we have to distribute that negative 2 to the 3p. So negative 2 times 3p is negative 6p. Now we have our like bases that we are looking for. And the second step is to set the exponents equal to each other. So we have negative p minus 1 equals negative 6p. And we're going to move this negative p to the right side, so we're going to add p to both sides. And the p's will cancel. We're left with negative 1 equals negative 5p. And divide both sides by negative 5. We find that p equals 1/5 as well. So that's another way to find the solution for this problem. So you could use either way. You should still get p equals 1/5.